You know, guys, many times I've told you over the years here on the video report and on the website that I believe after 25 years of doing this as a gambler, as a handicapper, that the breaks ultimately always even out over the long haul. And in fact, I truly believe that the breaks ultimately go more in your favor than against you over the long haul. But I also always tell you that when you're in the middle of one of those streaks where you just simply can't get a break and the whole world is against you, you can't see the bigger picture. Case in point, last night's game between Southern Cal and Utah. It's been a lousy 2 weeks here for me. Absolutely lousy. I don't know if lousy is a strong enough word. Awful? Discouraging? Nah, there's got to be even a better word. Painful would be a very good word, maybe, to describe the last 2 weeks. But you know, I loved Southern Cal last night. So I came out with a 15-dime play on Southern Cal, which matched my highest rated play of the season. And listen, you know, I did all my research in this game. You know, I read in the LA Times yesterday that their starting center was coming back. I thought that was a good thing. 4 snaps, the first 4 snaps of the game, and that starting center, his last name is Holmes, 2 bad snaps. 2 out of the first 4 are bad snaps. Both of them turn into turnovers. Both of them are converted into Utah scores. 4 snaps, 14-0 deficit. You know, when you're down 14-0 on the road and you're laying 14 points with the road favorite, that's not a good thing. Really isn't a good thing. But then suddenly, you know, USC comes back in that game. I mean, I knew they'd be able to put points on the board against this Utah defense. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So suddenly, you know, at halftime, we're up by 3. And I'm going, okay, I'm laying 14. I'm up by 3. They're moving through this Utah defense like Swiss cheese. Third quarter, no scoring. Fourth quarter, Matt Barkley throws his 3rd touchdown pass. One of the USC defenders returns a TD or an interception for a touchdown. And suddenly, it's a 38-21 game with like 9.5 minutes to play. And I'm thinking, well, we just shut out Utah in the third quarter. We have really got it going here. And then Utah gets the break. They get the ball back with about 6 minutes to go on their own 37, right? First play of the drive, boom, Utah's quarterback John Hayes is sacked. And I'm thinking, hey, this is good. You know, we lost 3 yards. It's 2nd and 13. The defense is playing well. 4th and 6, USC gets whistled for the last of their 10 penalties. Makes it a 4th and 1. Utah converts. And then, of course, if you watch the game, Utah scores a meaningless touchdown for the Utes. A very important touchdown for me. Unfortunately, they score with 38 seconds to play, and that makes it a final score of 38-28. And again, when you're laying 14, that really doesn't work. But what are you going to do? Cry about it? Well, I guess sometimes you'd like to cry about it, but ultimately, again, you know, I know that the breaks ultimately even out over the long haul, and to be honest with you, I'll just go back in baseball tonight. I'll make up 3/4 of what I lost last night by winning the game in baseball tonight, and I'll live another day tomorrow. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, Anthony Red had a monster 50-dime play last night as well on the Southern Cal. Hold on 1 second. Let me just read you Anthony's text. Anthony isn't in Vegas right now. He's in New York visiting family. So I just want to read you his text. So the first text comes after the first turnover. And he says, can you, well, I can't give you the exact words. Can you effing believe these? And the next word starts with A, S, and you can finish the holes at the end. So now it was 7-0. The second text from Anthony, let's see what he says. These mother... giving the game away. Hear nothing else from Anthony till minutes after the game was over. And I just told you how the score. Effing robbed of another game by turnovers. So, Anthony, I think actually Anthony had as many profanities in his 3 texts to me last night as USC had turnovers in the game. But, you know, there you go. What can you do? Anyway, we go on. We move forward. Today is Friday. I've got a free pick for you in just a moment. Going to break down one of your college football games. Oh, by the way, did I not give you the total winner last night on St. Louis and Arizona? How easy was the under in that game? I'll also have a money-saving discount coupon code coming up in just a moment. That'll save you $14 off a single purchase. And let's talk about some of the guys who are hot. Shawn Michaels today, biggest college football play of the season, is one and only 50-dime rivalry game of the year. It's on BYU and Utah State. This is twice as strong as as the winner he delivered 2 Fridays ago when he gave you UL Monroe as the home dog, getting the cover in that shootout against Baylor. FYI, $10 bettors have won $9,650 following Sean's betting advice in football, college and pro combined, over the past 3 seasons. Again, biggest college play of the season, one and only 50-dime rivalry game of the year selection. Chuck O'Brien, the number 2 baseball handicapper at this site since the 2009 season, $10 bettors winning $10,900. Tonight, 30-dime playoff opening game of the year, Baltimore and Texas. Scott Delaney has won 8 of his last 10 football plays. Tonight, 30-dime college winner, 5 out of 6. Pittsburgh and Syracuse, not the side, however. He thinks the total is the best bet. I'm just looking at his website. He says it's just as strong as Utah, plus 14 last night covering against Southern Cal. Boy, I'll tell you, it hurts sometimes to do these video reports. Chris Jordan has won 8 of the last 11 days, making a $10 better, or excuse me, a $1 better, because he rates his plays differently than the other guys. $1 bettors have won $2,175 in that 11-day stretch. He has a 200-star play tonight on Pitt, Syracuse, just as strong as Central Florida, and a 20-point rout of East Carolina last night. And keep in mind, with the baseball postseason here, Chris Jordan, once again, number 1 baseball handicapper here this season, making dollar bettors $5,300, and since 2009, making those same dollar bettors $14,112. So he remains on a red-hot roll. Also, congratulations to Matt Rivers last night, second biggest release of the season, another one of those 400,000-star plays, number 12 out of 18, number 23 of 34, Rams outright. So kudos to him. Okay, so that runs down some of the hot handicappers here. Let me give you your money-saving discount coupon code in honor of the USC starting center. And in honor of that miserable start last night, your coupon code today will be turnover14. Turnover14. Come on, you got to like the sense of humor. I mean, again, you got to laugh at this. I mean, because your other choice is crying. Grown men should not cry. It's to paraphrase Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own. There is no crying in gambling, guys. Turnover 15, Turnover, number 14, Turnover 14. Put it all together, no space between them, and save $14 off a single purchase today. Let me take a look here at your game between Syracuse and Pittsburgh, guys. The irony is this is going to be the last meeting between these long-term Big East rivals in the Big East Conference, because next year they both are scooting off to the ACC. So the ACC gets 2 more lousy football teams. There you go. For Syracuse, it's their conference opener. You know, Syracuse enters this game with a 1-3 record. Their only win coming against Stony Brook. But then again, you know, they lost to Northwestern, a nationally ranked team, I think number 23 in the coaches poll this week, going into their game against Penn State. You know, they lost that game 42-41. Wasn't as close as the final score indicated because Northwestern jumped out to the big early lead. You know, they gave Southern Cal a good run for their money, 42-29, that home loss. Went to Minnesota 17-10. I don't know what happened to the offense there. I mean, Minnesota's a little better, but the Golden Gophers aren't that good defensively. Listen, they're coming off a bye, and I find it interesting that the last 2 years coming off a bye, they pulled big conference upsets. 2 years ago, upsetting South Florida. Last year, it was a Friday night game. West Virginia was coming to town. Mountaineers ranked 11th in the country, and I mean, the Orangemen destroyed them. And I know they destroyed just about every single handicapper at the site last year in that Friday night contest. I remember it vividly as they rolled over the Mountaineers in that game. Both teams are coming off the bye. This Pittsburgh team, schizophrenic. You lose to Youngstown State in your opener. I went against them and used Cincinnati when they had their Big East opener. It was a road game. Cincinnati rolled in that Thursday night contest. Then, out of nowhere, they pulled a stunning upset of Virginia Tech. But maybe Virginia Tech isn't that good, right? And then they beat Gardner-Webb. Big deal. I mean, you lose to Youngstown State and you beat Gardner-Webb. Is this something to brag about? You know, you have 2 different styles of play here. You have a Syracuse team that likes to play a hurry-up offense, likes to air it out, likes to put plenty of points on the board because they have to, because their defense sucks. You've got a Pittsburgh team that's got Ray Graham leading the ground attack, coming back from that knee injury last year. He's rounding into form. They've also got a freshman whose name escapes me at the moment, who's just been a scintillating find. You've got a veteran quarterback in Sinceri who's okay, doesn't turn the ball over too often. I think there's a reason Syracuse is favored by 1.5 here tonight. I was watching one of the videos of the beat writers talking about this game for the Syracuse Post-Standard, and one of them brought out an important point that this is a crucial game for them really to rally the support of the fans in Syracuse, to keep that support at least on their side for a few more weeks. Because, listen, since beating Pittsburgh last year, they have lost 8 consecutive games against Division 1A schools. I mean, when you're only beating the cupcakes of the world like Stony Brook, you're not going to curry much favor with the locals, okay? They've got to win this game tonight. I think coming off the bye helps them, even though I acknowledge Pittsburgh is coming off the bye as well. So I think Syracuse takes this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Wouldn't surprise me to see this one be like 34-29. And with Syracuse laying the 1.5, I'll go with the Orangemen in this contest as Doug Marrone improves to 5-1 straight up and against the spread coming off a bye. Well, that'll do it, guys. Once again, turnover 14 will save you $14 off a single purchase today. And I will catch you again on Saturday, early Saturday morning, with your money-saving discount coupon and a rundown of who's hot and who's not. And sometime this weekend, we will also look for the Charity Play of the Week promotion as well. So keep tuned, and I'll talk to you later.